tell us a little bit about what he does. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of, it's a movement, I feel, that's kind of sweeping across the United States. But he said that he used to DJ for X96. I don't know if any of you guys ever listened to X96 in your life. Yeah. And I asked him about his favorite hobby. He said making beautiful babies. And I was going to ask him more about that later. I was going to ask him to explain that a little more when we get there. And then for the dinner party, I thought this one was a good one. I'm not sure. I don't know. I could go either way if I would show up. But Reverend Charles Dodgson's Alice, the Dormouse, the White Rabbit, and the Mad Hatter for dinner. Drew Tyler, he's going to tell us why cats make lousy business consultants.
I do make beautiful babies. All right, first off, cats make lousy business consultants because years ago, probably about a decade, maybe more, people thought, hey, here's a great idea. Let's work from our homes. A lot of flexibility, a lot of good options. We could talk to the cat if we have some ideas we want to run by him. Well, here's what happens. They realized, hey, we got flexibility. Hardly any overhead, plus that commute from the bedroom to the office. How sweet is that, huh? No traffic jam unless a 2-year-old gets in your way. You got independence and no office politics to worry about. So it happened. A lot of people started working from home and they thought, this is fantastic. I get to work from home. But here's the drawbacks that some people kind of realized after a little while. The honeydews get in the way. The door bangers are the 2-year-olds that I call. Less productivity for some people, and depending on your situation, a lot less social, and definitely less professional to meet clients or to meet up with people there. Some of you may end up this way. Think about it. You don't even have to leave the room to get to your office. You just roll over. You can eat there. You can sleep there. You can do all your emailing and business there. That's what working from home is for some people. So I'm here to tell you about a group of people back about 2006, about 3 years ago is all, in San Francisco. They got together and they started working together even though they had independent companies. They worked from each other's dining rooms. They worked from coffee shops. They enjoyed it, but they didn't quite find the productivity until they started their own space. They found an old hat factory. They said, hey, let's make this a permanent space, and one of them coined the term co-working. They then named that place the Hat Factory. In early 2006, that became the first dedicated co-working space where independents could get together, work side by side, and benefit from being next to other people, having a social atmosphere. Later that year, Citizen Space opened and a couple others in the San Francisco area. Co-working revolution is what I want to tell you about tonight. I'm very passionate about the subject and about the idea. It's the idea that individuals work side by side on separate projects, but they benefit from that synergy, from that opportunity to be together. It's often considered accelerated serendipity. When you get a lot of creative folks together thinking and working on other things, things happen. Here's the co-working spread. You got nearly 100 spaces that are open in the United States now and nearly 100 more outside of the States. This is all in the last 3 years. This trend a movement is growing at enormous rates. And I want to tell you, first, anyone can co-work. You're a freelancer, you're an independent nomad, you like to work from other places, you can take your work with you on a laptop. If you produce media, if you're a designer, you're a blogger, you're an artist, you're a real estate guy, you're a professional guy that just bounces around from different clients, you can still have a home base that's affordable. Let me tell you the benefits of co-working, and these are the concrete ones. That's why I put concrete in the background. You got affordable creative space to work in, you got business class resources, fax machines, conference rooms, studios, desks, projectors. You get drinks, you get snacks, you get coffee, you get the high-powered, screaming Wi-Fi. Also on the concrete side, it's flexible. It's just like your house. You can go if you want, stay home if you want. You can go month to month instead of getting an office where you have to have a 3-year lease. You can do a month-to-month membership, still get all the benefits. Don't worry about the overhead. There's all the virtual office stuff that you can have that most co-working places will offer you. Now let's go a little bit more abstract. You got the community. You got the collaboration and the cross-pollination. You may be sitting next to the guy that does great PR work, or maybe he's a great marketer, and you do developing and programming. Cross-pollination, peer feedback, option to sit by somebody and learn from them and grow from them. Stimulating workspace. When the walls start closing in, you're going to need a nice change of atmosphere. This is where you get it from co-working spaces. The structure comes back in your life because you do have a place to go. You got real world interaction. That guy on the couch or in his bed, he forgot how to say hi. I'm sure he does. He'll probably stumble when he sees somebody. Whoa. Okay, so the flavors of co-working. I'm crazy. Okay, so there's a lot of different flavors of co-working. There's a lot of different models. We've got nonprofit all the way up to for-profit, and in the middle, kind of a not just for profit, where there's a full-time manager in the space to help you succeed and to help that community grow and to work. The keys to all co-working spaces are the core values. And this is going to be the same wherever you find the word co-working. They're going to focus on collaboration. They're going to focus on openness, transparency between the space and the members between the members. There's no NDAs or any of that kind of stuff. You also have the community that comes in there and the sustainability, and the other one was localisms. Fantastic things that you miss when you work from home. You don't have the community, you don't have the cross-pollination. You've got the cat. That's the difference. Now I want to tell you about the future of co-working, and here's where it gets kind of interesting and exciting. The future of co-working I can see in the many different suburbs that are around Salt Lake. We could have different co-working spaces in all the different cities and towns so that your commute could be as short as 5 minutes. When that comes around and the spaces start opening up, the corporations are going to start thinking about it a little bit more. You get back to that damn cubicle and you start thinking outside the box. Isn't that what they're doing? They're kind of like, let's get creative on us. When they realize that they can send their employees to work from their suburbs, 2 or 3 days of work a week from their own place, and then 2 or 3 days of work in the corporate headquarters, they'll find the increased productivity, they'll find happier employees, plus it'll cut down pollution and a lot of other things. So that's the future of co-working, and I like to explain that in more detail if you ever want to come visit me. I am the owner and operator of Beta Loft, downtown Salt Lake. If you want to come down and try co-working, you think it might work for you, people in Orem, Co-work Utah is an awesome place to go down there and try co-working. So come get some collaborative efforts on, and thank you very much.